Well, good morning. Welcome back. I'm joined by Dr. Blair Davison of St. Pat's for another edition of Morning Rounds. Thanks for waking up with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
And today we're talking about getting active, starting to run. We're getting closer to spring. It doesn't always feel like it.
I know. Spring might be here. It might be here. So the biggest thing when you think about starting to run, if you're totally a novice, is as long as you have no major health concerns that you would need to talk to your healthcare professional about, then your first stop is to go get some shoes, some decent shoes. And so really what you want to do is try on 4 to 5 pairs, and this is going to sound shocking, but go with the ones that are most comfortable. Then the other thing you want to think about is other gear. So I'm a big believer in good gear makes for good exercise. So you want to have good socks, you want to have appropriate clothing for the weather, and for women you really want to have a good foundation garment.
So if you're just starting out, learning to run, how far should you go, I guess, on your first try?
Right, so don't overdo it. What you want to do is the first couple of weeks, you really want to stick with the every other day, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, and aiming for 20 to 30 minutes during the weekdays, and then go for a longer run, about 40 minutes on the weekend. But here's what's really important. Don't sprint. Take your time, run, and also sometimes intermittently walk. So maybe you want to be able to run and talk. So run at a conversational pace.
Okay, so tell us more about walking. Is that good for you, or is that a good way to start to run?
Yeah, so it actually is. It's a good method that Jeff Galloway, who's been to visit Missoula several times, has championed. And so what you do is you start off maybe running for a minute and then walking for a minute. Now I know this sounds like, whoa, geez, that's ridiculous. But if you're really just starting, it's a great way to do it. And then work up to where you're running for 5 minutes and walking for a minute.
So how can I stick with it? That seems like a good strategy, what you just mentioned.
Yeah, so the one great way to stick with it is set a goal, like a 5K. So 5K, 5 kilometers is about a little over 3 miles. And in 7 weeks, you can really get there. So the first weekend you do a 1-mile run, then the second weekend a 1.5, and proceed that way. And then by week 7, you're set to go for 3 miles.
All right.
Yeah, and another great thing is it's something you can do with friends, and you can do it as a couple or as a family. It can be a lot of fun, and if you don't want to do it with anybody, you just want to go out there and be by yourself, think about music or think about having a watch and doing little challenges.
All right.
But Missoula's a great running town.
It is a good running town. Yeah. Now we just need the spring weather to
Right, now we just need the weather to cooperate.
All right, well, thanks for joining us this morning. If you have any questions you would like us to answer, you can just email them right to us, morningrounds@kpax.com.